What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new episode of Assembling Arsenal. We haven't done one of these in 9 days, something like that, because if you don't already know, I was away last week. Now this is actually my first commentary since getting back, so I may be a little bit rusty, but yeah, we have got an episode of Assembling Arsenal, and before we went away, we kind of went ham on some trading. We picked up some great deals, we made ourselves some money, we even picked up the in-form Kieran Gibbs, who sat down there on the bench right now, but yeah, so we really did a bit of work. But before we get stuck into the video, what I do want to say is if you guys want a fast and reliable coin service, check out utcointraders.com, there is a link to them in the description down below. But anyway, yeah, so I was away last week and I didn't have time to get as many Assembling Arsenals prepared for whilst I was away as I would have liked. I did in fact only end up getting the one episode which we put out on the Monday, but I did have an inform signing, a bunch of trading and some loads of other cool stuff. But to be completely honest with you guys, this episode was a nightmare. So we started off here, you would have seen I just missed out on getting that goal, but then we went 1-0 up there with Giroud there picking up our goal to give us the 1-0 lead from the header of the corner, and then Podolski ran down the wing, tried to bang in a shot from here which the goalie managed to stop, but it ended up getting cleared only back to Podolski's feet here, who did a little bit of footwork before crossing it into the head of Shamak, who nearly managed to get it in but had it saved before it dropped again to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who absolutely pelted it in. Now, I was playing this game but someone turned up and I had to go and say hello to them and stuff, which meant I couldn't play the game, and I actually left it here. As you see, I am not moving at all, so I was 2-0 up. This game was in the bag. I was all over this guy, but he went on to actually score not 1, not 2, not 3, blah blah blah. He scored 9 goals whilst I was gone, and as you can see here, he gets this one here. I wasn't even controlling any players, and obviously I'd left my controller still, so the screen actually gone dark because my controller thought I wasn't even there, so it ended up being a 9-2 loss, an absolute tragic one, which we would have won, but that is kind of the way this episode goes. We get very unlucky with games we should have won and didn't end up getting the win for. But this next game we come up against this guy which has basically a Brazilian team with a tiny bit of Liga BBVA over in the bottom left hand corner, and it's a solid enough team, some good pace in there, some very good players, like very sweaty players and stuff. And after just 15 minutes everything seemed to go wrong for us here. Kieran Gibbs sliding in for a tackle there. It kind of looked like he scooped the ball a bit, but he got a straight red, which meant instantly this game was going to be tricky. Now, if you see here, I think I got the ball before I got the man, but you can't really tell. So he obviously got the free kick for that. Didn't manage to score from it, but then later on in the 32nd minute, he picked up the ball with Robinho there and just whacked it into the back of the net. Gave him a 1-0 lead, but we wasn't going to go down easy. We did manage to pick up a goal here. Lovely pass to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think it's his second goal in 2 games now, which is nice to see him getting on the score sheet. And that made it 1-0, and we were back into it then. But before the half-time whistle could blow, he picked up the ball here with Hulk, ran it down the right-hand wing. I believe he cut inside. Yeah, he cut inside there with Hulk and then played a ball across to Kaká, which took a deflection off the goalie and just snuck into that bottom right-hand corner. But then we're into the second half now, 54th minute. I whipped in a corner with Sanya, and Giroud actually managed to get his head onto it, and that made it 2-2. And I thought we may actually be able to scrape something from this, despite being a man down. But obviously not. He comes on the attack here, and my lack of defence shows as my left-back position is wide open and the ball goes to Hulk where Gibbs probably would have been covering, and that made it 3-2. And by this point I'd basically given up. I was sliding all over the place, ran out the goalie, he rounded him easily, and that gave him the 4-2 lead. And obviously Gibbs was massively missed here. I think it would have been a closer game, maybe a draw, had he not been sent off. But that is that's the chance you got to take, and that is the mistake I guess we made. So we have to move on and accept the defeat there. But we go into our third and final game after this one. No signings this episode, guys. I'm trying to save up for some bigger ones. I'm going to try and get in for Walcott next, I think. But we go into our next game up against this guy called Tom George is Ugly. What a lovely name, delightful guy. I bet Tom George is very, very happy to know that he has fans like that. But we go straight into the game anyway, and he's using a 4-4-2 Liga BBVA squad with some random players in there, like I think that's Arbeloa at right back and a few odd ones in there, but some really good ones. And Vea up front was always going to be a bit of trouble, but didn't take us long, just 5 minutes before Podolski absolutely wellied in a shot into the top left hand corner. That is what he does. He will score you some beautiful goals, and that is exactly what he did for me right there. And then shortly after that, on the 15th minute, we whipped in a corner, Santi Cazorla whipping it onto the head of Benicophobe, and he managed to get a header. You don't really see him scoring too many of those, so it's always nice when he does, and he definitely did there. Now, basically straight from the kickoff here, we managed to intercept the ball here with Podolski, just ran straight through his very slow defence with Puyol in it, and banged that one home, basically like straight after it to make it 3-0. And now, You might be watching this game thinking, well, he's got this game won. It's basically done and dusted. And, I mean, even after this one, you'd think that 4-0 here. Koscielny header, we got a couple goals from corners. And, in fact, the goal scoring in this first half still isn't even over. Podolski managed to get himself through. Took it just past the goalie before the goalie wiped him out. And, obviously, we got a penalty for it, which Podolski was going to step up with his big left foot of his and absolutely pelt it into the back of the net here, going slightly to the left. The goalie did go the right way, but he didn't stick his arm up. But now it's 5-0 and you thought, okay, he's got the 3 points here. That's exactly what I thought. We go into half-time, 5-0 up, lovely. I took a bit of more of a relaxed view to the second half. He did actually manage to get an over-the-top through ball through to Xabi Alonso. And my goalie, I'm pretty sure he handballed it there, but Villa picked up a goal, and I thought, yeah, 5-1, that's fine. And then I got disconnected. EA just are trolling me lately in this series. I think in the last 4 episodes I've had like 4 games disconnected. I've had loads of random other things going on. My dog's barking in the background, but who cares about that dog? But yeah, so I had a bit of bad luck here. But what can we do about it? That is just life, and that is this series. We have been having a bit of bad luck lately. But next episode we're going to be doing a ton of trading. I might even show you guys some techniques that was requested in the previous episode. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.